Hello, everyone. It's Terri here. Jumping in today again for our Tuesday chats. So if you are watching this, oh my goodness, I'm going to get that off my other screen because that is massive trying to stream it over there. I'm actually going to watch this on my phone. I've got the volume down so that if you've got questions for myself or Elizabeth, that you can pop them in there and we can have a chat about them and answer those questions for you. But today I am joined by Elizabeth Elenor. Now, Elizabeth and I met, it must be close to 3 years ago now, 2.5 years ago maybe, at a training program that we took part in Brisbane. And literally, you know, we had all these people coming in from around the country because it was still easy to travel back then. Yeah. And I put a comment into this group of people I had never met before to say if anyone wanted to share a house, and Elizabeth and I and 5 other people, was it 7 of us or 9 in the house?
I think so. Yeah. It was awesome, anyway, actually.
It just worked, didn't it? Everyone just, you know, we had a really interesting combination of people there, and it just worked. And I'm really grateful that it did, because we had some really cool times in that house.
So,
yeah, it was very cool.
Great conversations. Yeah. Friendships made.
And such a variety of people that just were all there for the one purpose, but for very different parts of our journeys. It was really, really, really interesting to see and be a part of. But anyway, so there's a lot of you who are watching who haven't even heard of Elizabeth probably. So please share with us who you are and what you do.
Okay, so hi Terri, and thank you for having me on, and hello to everyone that's watching. So if I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, I'm a spiritual mentor and coach, and you know, that sort of label has so many different connotations, right? You know, I've been through my journey of you know, woo-woo stuff and you know, seeing ghosts and talking to spirits and, you know, all of that sort of stuff, and never really got into the big talking to crystals or fairies or anything. I used to be able to see fairies actually, but I've sort of moved through all that, very grounded, and basically you know, it's what I do is similar to, you know, some of the modalities of NLP and hypnosis and all those sort of stuff, all those sort of more, you know, typical clinical sort of modalities. However, what I do is a thing called recoding. And what it does is it just helps you create. It helps you manifest your dreams. So what Terri and I do, you know, we're sort of like two pieces of the same puzzle, and I just help support, you know, moving into what it is that you want to truly live and love, and clearing the clutter that's in your mind that stops you from getting there. So from a spiritual perspective, you know, like, so, you know, I can go into what I call the superconscious, and it and give it commands, and it just shifts instantly. It's a really, really beautiful process.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. It's amazing to see what you do and how you do it. It's really very interesting. How long have you been doing? I know that you've worked within this kind of space in different ways, essentially for your whole career, but in this current iteration, how long have you been doing that for?
The recoding, coming up to 2 years. It's actually been only a small period of time. However, it's like every single step that I've had prior to it has got me to this. It's like the same ladder. And when I learnt it, it just clicked. I mean, I know people that are still trying to work out how to do it and have been doing it for years. It just was like, I know this stuff, and you just give me the instructions of how to do the commands, and I'm off, and I was.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. What is it that you love most about your business?
I love actually living my true nature. and being able to share it, because I know that I have spent, even before I realized I was spiritual in nature, I had this feeling that I was here to change people's lives and to serve people and to shift their vibration. I've been saying that for, years. I'm here to raise the vibration of the planet, and to be able to do that for my business and watch people wake up to who they are and just, like remember themselves is such a blessing, and it's very humbling. It's such a beautiful experience to be really living what you're here to do. I really love it.
Yeah, that's very cool. So the flip side of that, what's your least favorite thing about your business?
My least favorite thing about my business would be learning, or if I could just recode, if I could just get people in front of me and just do it, I would be pleased. It's all of those other things that it's as I'm glad you framed it as least favorite instead of what is it that you don't like, because my least favorite is learning all the marketing and the sales and, when I'm supposed to be doing this and that and the technical side. And I see it as growth as well. So, it's something that I learn to expand more of who I am at the same time.
Yeah, and it's interesting that whole the language that we use, and because I used to ask people what do you not like, and then it's like it reinforces the negative, and so then exaggerates it. So because I remembered listening to you saying something about changing your language, and actually I was something we chatted on the thing earlier today. I'm like, there's one. Because I remember making a conscious effort to change my language back when our eldest was a baby, and you talk about how when children are little, they really are operating out of a subconscious mind only, and so your subconscious doesn't hear negatives. So if you say to a child, don't touch that, they'll go and touch it because they don't understand the word don't. But if you say, leave your, look with your eyes, not with your hands, which is one of the things I used to do.
Yeah.
Or keep your hands away.
One of the things, don't fall when they're up on the, instead of,
stay safe or hold on tight.
What was the thing that I used to say? Keep balanced.
Yeah.
Keep balanced. Instead of don't fall, it's crazy, isn't it, what we've programmed?
It's amazing. Exactly. And even switching the word challenge, like struggles, to challenges, and that sort of stuff. Like it's so simple, but it makes such a difference because of the whole way that our brains process it, and whether it's seen as being a negative or a positive, an opportunity or a difficulty. So Anyway, but yes,
it's so true. I've programmed into my system, and it's been so long that it just works. Everything always works out for me.
Yeah,
like it does.
Yeah,
even when things look like they're not, they do.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've actually it's the last couple of years that I've realized I do a similar thing. So. It's particularly when our kids were little, we had a lot of time where we had bank balances that were very small, very, very small.
Yeah. I know that one.
I think most people have lived it, and that's okay. It's a part of our journey. It doesn't hurt.
No, we're still alive.
Exactly. But I just always remember thinking, a big bill would come in, like the rates or something like that, and I would have not been disciplined enough to put aside the money and whatever, and it'll be okay, we'll be able to cover it, and then something would turn up and it would always be fine, and it was always okay, and it took a long time to get beyond that, always that pattern of having just enough to get by versus having an abundance. But yeah, it happens, it works, you know. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? You know, and because it's conditioning and programming our subconscious into recognizing that, and then because it doesn't recognize the difference between a dream, image, and a reality, you're actually giving it instructions.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, some other company is going to, like McDonald's or you know, the service station. Oh, get 2 Mars bars, you know, if you buy one get one free, you know, and you think oh wow, what a bargain, I'll get 2.
Yeah.
Instead of not buying any and saving money, saving health. So, you know, like, exactly. You know, you can totally conditioned to create something for somebody else. So you may as well do it for yourself.
Yeah. Or go into store and spend, what is it, $10 on stuff that you don't need so that you can save $5 on your fuel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're all been, you know, we're all used to doing it, you know, like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me, what does your dream business look like?
What is my dream business? I'm in the process of creating it. And I'm, you know, as you know, desired end result, current reality.
Yep.
And so my dream business is working less hours. So, you know, like working in groups, which is what I'm already doing, and giving more access. It's actually next year is the start of it. Like I've been creating it in steps, and next year I'm moving into that whole thing, because as you know, in the back library of where my course is, there's over 100 recodes already in there. So I'm giving access to people who just want that, don't want to connect with me, or, you know, just want the cheapest version. Here's the library, go for it. So I don't have to, they can do, you know, their own thing. And then I'm working with people that just want to really, you know, need someone to discipline them, need someone to support them. And so, you know, is having those stages and working with the people. Actually, my dream business is working at one level where it's accessible to everyone, like financially, but then working with those high-end clients that need support in their business and want one-on-one time with me. So, and that's what I'm looking at doing next year. So, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's interesting, actually, because it's funny. After running the retreat that I did back in October, I had this feeling of completion in that I've been, in a similar way but different path, been building the elements, and now I feel like all the pieces are there, and I can shift them and change them, and, you know, there'll be a lot of tweaking to happen between, you know, how big the retreats become and how many that I run, and, you know, who comes into the mastermind and all those, you know, who is able to access me for one-on-one work, all that sort of stuff. But the pieces are there.
Yes.
You know, and so now it's a matter of growing through, and it was the strangest feeling, but it was so nice.
It's nice, isn't it? Because I just finished that Super Conscious Creator retreat that you attended.
Yes.
Was the last piece of my mastermind. And now I'm creating the inner circle. So that's the same. I've got this completion, you know.
Yes.
And it feels good, you know, like, and now it's just, you know, fine-tuning it and adding the little bits in the middle of it.
It's interesting, because given that, like, this is the first business of this nature where I've, you know, had this really big dream, and I think a little bit similar for you in that, you know, you're in that space where you're like, I can see what I'm creating, but it's about working out what all the pieces are to build to that. you know, because I've been involved in a bunch of other businesses, but not everything that I've started from scratch before. So that, but that feeling of peace when that last one was done, and I reckon you'll probably get that as well when that
inner circle.
When you've gotten to the end point of that first inner circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And now the structure's there, and it's just absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So cool. So tell me, one of the things I ask everyone to do is to offer a tip in terms of, I used to run Tuesdays, used to be Tuesday tips for leaders in business, because this will eventually be shared into Leaders in Business and onto my page. But just poor Mitch has still not got power, so I haven't. I know for a couple of days.
Yeah,
in the Philippines. So
I know. Same with my VAs, but one of them's is in a hotel somewhere in the city, and
oh really?
Well, Irene, she's pregnant, 2 kids.
Ah, yes,
and,
of course.
Yeah, so it was crazy over there, right?
So glad that she managed to get the surgery taken care of and heal from that before this.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Last time I spoke with Mitch, they were looking for a generator to buy. Just because their house, I think, is fine, but they just have most of Cebu's got no power. So
Irene's was flooded, and and her husband stood in line at an ATM at 6 o'clock in the morning, and just as he was there for about an hour, and just as it was about 2 people in front of him or something, and the ATM ran out of money.
No. Yeah. Mitch had said the similar thing, that they hadn't been able to find any money, any ATMs anywhere to get any money, and that they had to go back. And that was, but I haven't heard from him for a couple of days now. So just, busy trying to rebuild their life after a storm.
That's right. Irene tried to work, and I said, no. Go and sort out your family.
Yes. Craziness. I got, like, when Mitch said the same thing to me, I'm like, no, your job is, my instructions in my time that I would, where I normally would be paying you, is your job is to go take care of your family. I do not want to see you online. It's
absolutely.
I would love to have her help, but there's other far more important things that need her attention right now.
Hi, Joe.
Joe Rose watching at the moment.
So a tip, did you say?
Yes. So Tuesday tips used to be for leaders in business. See? So
okay. So I would say a tip for business is to spend more time dreaming into what it is that you want to create in your business than trying to problem solve.
Yeah.
So when you can dream into your business and feel into it and sit in that of, isn't it nice that this is how my business is, and, really feel it in your body and move what I call focus on the creative orientation instead of problem solving orientation. The how sorts itself out as it goes along.
Yeah.
So, like, things will come to you and ideas will come to you. And if you let go of the how and let it sort itself out, the obvious steps will present itself in front of you, and the right person to show you how will come, or the right model, or the right whatever. But when we're looking at trying to problem solve our business, then you're looking in the wrong place, and you're never going to get into expansion and success.
Yeah. I love that. That's so cool. And so important, because it's so easy to get stuck in the I've got to fix it. I've got to, there's some big
I don't know how.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I know that you're limited with time because you've got to get to another meeting, and that's 100% awesome. I'm glad that you're off to do what you've got to do. But before we wrap up, have you got an offer that you'd like to share with everyone today?
I have. I'm having a New Year's sale. I've got a course that I run called Awaken the Lioness that's been is an amazing course, and it really supports women. I've had some great feedback from it.
Yeah.
It supports women to understand where their boundaries are, how to communicate. It talks about chakras, so it actually goes into detail of the shadow side of a chakra as well as the gifts of a chakra. It's quite a detailed program. It was the very first program that I created and I added to it, so it's got a lot of content in there. And I'm offering it at New Year's for $49 a week. It's a 12-week program. Yeah. So it's self-paced, but you get each week opened up to you as one after the other sort of thing. And it's a really good way to understand yourself. It's more about your internal workings and who you are and your personality, and how to bring that out to the world, because that's the foundation of everything, right? You've got to understand who you are to be able to recognize who somebody else is, or be able to support somebody else and serve somebody else. So so it's $49 a week, which is super, super cheap. And because that's a saving, I think we worked it out, a saving of $1,497 or something.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So if anyone's interested, I'm going to open it up to your group first. I'm going to do it as a New Year's sale as well. So if anyone is interested, just message me on Facebook, and we'll be able to sort that out for you.
Yeah. So I'll if you want to once I hop off this, I'll share this into the other platforms, and if you want to drop links in there for people, the easiest way for people to contact you.
Sure.
Your Calendly link or something, whatever you want to
they can have a 30-minute chat with me or something. Unfortunately, I'm on 3 weeks holidays.
I know you're on holidays now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Thank you for agreeing.
And I can do whatever I want, so it was good to be, I'm like, I can still do this. It's all good, because I'm not seeing clients basically. So everything's scheduled and all that sort of stuff. So
yes.
But I can put in that chat, but also if you want to find out about recoding, I'll send the 30-minute chat. If you just want to get onto that special that I'm doing, then you can just get in contact with me via Facebook, the Messenger. Yep.
Sounds fantastic. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, we need to wrap up so that you can get to where you need to be on time.
Yes.
So thank you so much. I really
lovely to chat.
Have an amazing Christmas, won't you?
Yeah, you too, hun. And and thank you so much. You've got such a, it's what you're doing is so in line with what I'm doing. We're just on the same page, and we get on so well, right? So
exactly,
it's so much fun to hang out together. So thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. Actually, I need to get down your way sometime soon. It's a couple of friends down in Sydney that I'm well overdue for visiting, and I'm add you to the list to come. I need to come and see this beach house of yours. Hello.
Yeah. Come to the beach. I was I went to the beach I watched a movie last night and then went, oh my gosh, it's just over a full moon and I'm not sleepy. So I got in the car, got all my crystals, took them down to the beach at 11 o'clock at night. Was the only one on the beach. Beautiful moon, water lapping.
Awesome.
So nice. So nice to be out of the city. Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Thank you so much.
Take care. Love to all. Merry Christmas to everyone that's watching.
Thank you. And to you too. See ya.
See ya.